Hey guys, it's me, Victor again. I'm coming at you guys with a deck profile for basically heroes on the September 2012 ban list, and I hope you guys like it. When I started off with the deck, I just want to say this real quick. It started as Fusion Gate because of Croa Cressa, so shout out to Croa for getting me inspired to make this, and it just really evolved since then. So let's get started. Okay, first off, you run one Stratos, like every other hero deck. Stratos is pretty much the heart and soul of the deck, but yeah, he's basically just like the main person. Then you run triple Neos Alias. He basically helps fuel your engine with things like Gemini Spark, Super Poly, plus he's a light target, so you can always go into Shining whenever you have him. Next, double Bubble Man. Basically, Bubble Man's use is to exceed quickly, but the only backdraw to him, is you have to set pretty much your whole hand or have nothing in your hand to special summon him. But other than that, and then also, he's basically the best top deck in the world when you have nothing left, because you can special summon him from your hand, and then you can draw 2 new cards that will hopefully get you back in the game. Yeah. Next, 2 Noble Knight Gawaiian. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird that most people don't really consider this, but considering that I always have an alias on the field, no matter what most of the time, I can special summon him and then also go into an instant Xyz, which just helps power up my deck even more. And then I run 1 Evocator Chevalier, just for the extra Gemini Spark target and potential Nova Master. Next to the spells. Triple Miracle Fusion. What can I say? Every hero deck needs this. It's pretty much almost always an out. I mean, sure, sometimes it can be a dead draw, but if you can pull this off, you're in a very good spot. Next, double Potter Duality. Basically, it just helps with the consistencies, and that's pretty much it. And also, yeah, just consistency issue, so you get to your cards faster. Next, double Gemini Spark. I prefer 2 over 3 because whenever I play 3, it always ends up clogging my hands terribly. And plus, not only with this, whenever I draw it, yeah, basically an instant out to whatever you want. And since I usually have Alias or Evocator on the field, it's pretty much almost always live. Next, double Super Poly. Pretty much, what can I say, the most broken card in the entire deck. It lets you fuse with any monster on the field. Not only that, yeah, it just can't be stopped, and it's just so good and broken. People always rage whenever I use it, pretty much. And then I run 2 E-Call, and then I guess the 3rd E-Call, Reinforcement of the Army. These 2 help me get my heroes faster than this one. Depending on what I have in my hand, I usually search for Noble Knight so I can special summon him, since I usually have an alias on the field or something like that. So it also helps thin out your deck, search for cards you need, instant Xyz and everything. Next, the one-ofs, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, MST, and Book of Moon. Now we move on to the traps. For the traps, I run double Torrential Tribute. Basically, when your opponent has an overwhelming amount of monsters, just flip this and pretty much get rid of all of them. Simple as that. Next, double Bottomless Trap Holes. What can I say? With priority gone as of forever ago, this card just became really, really, really good. And it just helps get rid of those powerful monsters also. This is a little bit different, but I run 2 Call of the Haunteds. Call of the Haunteds basically help me reuse Stratos and basically any other heroes or monsters that I might have in my graveyard. So this helps make Gemini Spark live also. It helps me OTK the opponent a lot faster. Pretty much all of that jazz. And to thin out my deck in case I get the Stratos. Then double Dark Bribe to stop your opponent from going off with their spells or traps. basically, and also it helps keep your back rows and monsters alive in case the dark hole or heavy storm or just some other third thing. Then I run 1 Compulse to return back Xyz like Zenmains, D Prison to get rid of monsters, 1 Starlight Road, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Warning. Just 1, not 2, because usually when I have 2, I ended up either not having enough life or it's just I drew it too late, so I just knocked it down to 1 and it's been working fine. And then 1 Solemn Judgment to pretty much negate anything that I want. Now for the extra deck. I only run 2 Elemental Hero the Shinings because I really don't see the need for 3, and 2 just does the work fine since I rarely fuse. I run 2 Absolute Zeros also to help get rid of the field against decks that like to special summon a lot. 1 Elemental Hero Escuridao, basically super poly with any dark monster. Other than that, he's just useless. I would probably never Miracle Fusion into him. 1 Elemental Hero Nova Master, the fire one, helps me speed up my deck more thanks to Evocator also. So it's always a +1, and then usually when I summon him, I use it as a bait so I can summon another monster, another fusion that I have or monster without harm. 1 Elemental Hero Gaia for the earth monsters, Great Tornado for wind, Vision Hero Adoration. The only time I actually use Vision Hero is when I'm playing in the Hero Mirror match, and that's because not many people have Escuridao yet. So, and plus, since he's a Vision Hero, they can't use him for any of the Omni Heroes except for Absolute Zero. So he's basically like super poly repellent when I play against the mirror. Chimera Tech, this will be a Heroic Champion Excalibur soon. He's just there to be there. Gemini Pro for the beat stick. Blade Armor Ninja to help me OTK. Maestroke, Maestroke, pretty much offensive wall against everything. Photon Papal Operative to help me get rid of things like Spirit Reaper, Marshmallow, you name it. Basically any wall. And plus it also lowers their attack by 600, so that's a lot. And then Stardust Dragon for the Starlight Road that I run. Now for my side deck. I run 1 Snowman Eater. I usually never side it in. Even if I'm playing Down Rabbit, I rarely side it in. It's just not that useful. 1 Kinetic Soldier for the mirror matches. It's basically a giant wall they can't get over. Puppet Plant, mirror matches and Samurai, so I can steal their monster, then possibly either Xyz with it or Miracle Fusion it. Double Fossil Dyna. It helps me against decks that love to special summon like Samurai. So basically, set it, attack, flip, destroy everything. Banisher, part of my macro, just in case, Inzectors and stuff. But with the new upcoming, I forget what they're called, Atlanteans, this helps a lot also, because most of them revolve in the grave. Then I run 2 Prohibition, depending on what they run. That's what I call when I draw. Double Mask of Restricts. I'll be taking these out soon because they're pretty much only useful against Hierarchics and maybe Gishki. But with Red MD going to 1 and Goose Striking being limited also, I doubt many people will play them. Then I run double Skill Drain in the side so I can side into Skill Drain heroes just in case. Only 1 Royal Decree because I rarely play against troll decks like Chamber and Final Countdown. Yeah, and then even when I do, I don't even need this card that often because I still beat them. And then finally, 2 Macro Cosmos, just to help my Banisher move against decks like Twilight and stuff, because especially since Necrogarda is coming up to 3, I have a feeling even more decks will be playing him, so expect to see more Lightsworns, guys. So yeah, that's my hero deck profile. It's basically a mix and match of Bubblebeat, Skill Drain, pretty much every single hero deck out there, except for maybe Hero Gate, but yeah, other than that, so that's the deck profile, guys. See you next time.